హాయ్ గైస్, ఐమ్ డాక్టర్ చల్లా కృష్ణ వీరాభిషేక్. వీరుడైన కృష్ణుడు సునక కుక్కలక్కమ్మ తల్లి దయతో గ్రామసింహం ద్వారా గాబ్రాని చల్లార్చే హాస్యాభిషేకము అరిగించే బ్రింగుట కష్టమైన నిజము త్రేనుపు గర్జన. So today I want to talk about Indian knowledge systems and inner peace. Inner peace through Indian scriptures or the knowledge that has originated in India, especially pertaining to spirituality. So our focus is spiritual knowledge. So I would like to start with a prayer. Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Take me from untruth to truth. Take me from darkness to light. Take me from death to immortality. Yes, so when I talk about Indian knowledge systems, I talk about Vedas, I talk about Upanishads, I talk about Puranas, I talk about Buddhism, I talk about Jainism, I talk about Sikhism, Sadhana Dharma, and all the knowledge systems that have originated in India, especially Tantra. So I believe that Indian knowledge systems actually use metaphors and symbols and personifications so that we understand how to manage ourselves better. That's what I strongly feel Indian knowledge systems are trying to preach. So, for example, there are two types. You can literally take a Purana, a story, a Puranic story, or you can symbolically understand it. For example, you have Lord Ganesha. Lord Ganesha's head was cut off by Lord Shiva. So you might ask, how come Lord Shiva not recognize his own son? But that's not the meaning here. Here, the human head of Lord Ganesha represents ego. So Lord Shiva removed the ego and he put elephant head, which symbolizes wisdom. So like that, Ganesha has a lot of inherent meanings. For example, large ears of Ganesha tell us to listen more. Big head of Ganesha tells us to think big. Small eyes of Ganesha tells us to concentrate. Small mouth of Ganesha tells us to talk less. The trunk of Ganesha talks about adaptability in life. And one tusk is there, the other tusk is removed. So it means that you have to retain good and throw away bad. And large stomach of Ganesha tells us to peacefully digest all the hard to swallow truths of life. So in Mudgal Puran, Ganesha has 8 incarnations, and in these 8 incarnations, he tries to annihilate or obliterate or kill 8 demons or 8 asuras. So let us understand the 8 incarnations and what are the 8 asuras. So in Mudgal Puran, the first incarnation of Lord Ganesha is as Vakratunda. He annihilates an asura called Matsarya Asura. So Matsaryam means jealousy. So he's annihilating not a person, not a demon, but an inner negative quality that is affecting our inner peace. So that is what he's annihilating. So as Vakratunda, he is annihilating jealousy. And the second incarnation is Ekadanta of Ganesha. Ekadanta, avatar of Ganesha. In Ekadanta avatar, he annihilates Madasura. What is Madam? Madam means arrogance. And as the third incarnation, that is Mahodara, he annihilates an asura called Mohasura. What is Moham? Moham means confusion or delusion. So he is removing all the ambiguity that we have. And then the fourth incarnation is Gajavaktra. As Gajavaktra, he is killing, obliterating or annihilating an asura called Lobhasura. What is Lobham? Lobham means greed. And the fifth incarnation of Ganesha is Vikata. As Vikata, he is annihilating Kamasura. What is Kama? Kama means unnecessary desires and lust. And the sixth incarnation of Ganesha is Lambodara. As Lambodara is annihilating an asura called Krodhasura. What is Krodha? Krodha means anger. So he is removing anger. And the seventh incarnation of Ganesha is Vignaraja. As Vignaraja, he is annihilating an asura called Mamasura. Mamasura means possessiveness. He is removing all the attachments and possessiveness that we have. So we are attached to people, we are attached to things, we feel that this is mine, like that, all these sort of possessivenesses, all these sort of attachments are removed, because that's what are hampering our inner peace. And then the last incarnation or eighth incarnation of Ganesha in Utkal Puran is as Dhumravarna, and as Dhumravarna is annihilating an asura called Ahankara Asura. So Ahankara, Aham means ego. So he is removing ego. So what is he removing? He is removing the negative qualities so that we live a positive, happy life. So what is the ultimate goal of life according to Indian knowledge systems? Is Sat Chit Ananda. Understanding Sat, Satyam truth, Chit consciousness, and finally Ananda, happiness, bliss. So I equate inner peace with bliss. I equate inner peace with happiness. And then, Indian knowledge systems, as you have understood, actually talk about how we can control ourselves, how we can lead a positive, happy life by removing all the negative qualities. Now, even Kalima, when she annihilates all the asuras, she is not annihilating uh, a real person or a real demon. She is actually annihilating her negative qualities. So, because we imagine Kalima in us, when we imagine her in us, she is the Chaitanya that is annihilating all the negative qualities, that is hampering our life, that is hampering our progress, our development, our growth. So this is actually a holistic approach Indian knowledge systems have undertaken. So the next point of discussion would be Upanishads. So here I would like to focus on Ishavasya Upanishad or Isha Upanishad. So the first sloka of Ishavasya Upanishad says, Ishavasya midam sarvam. So everything is pervaded by the divine. So when everything is pervaded by the divine, nothing is only mine or nothing can be taken away. We are all divine beings, and the divinity that is in you is the same divinity is in me. So we are like the children of the same God. We are like the twins. To be frank, we both are same. When we understand that we both are same, no, we understand that we try to develop something called compassion and love. So that's how you have this mental peace, because you understand, if someone is growing, if someone is achieving something, someone is winning something, you will feel that it is your achievement, because the same divine pervades both of you. So Satya Sai Baba Bhagavan says that prema swarupulara, so we are all the embodiments of love, right? So and then there is another shloka in Isha Upanishad, that is, it goes like this: Om Purnamadav Purnamidam. So it says that you are complete. For example, you don't need another person to make you complete. You don't need a wife, you don't need a friend, you don't even need your parents, you don't need anything. You yourself are complete. For example, even if you are in pain, even if you have failed something, if you're suffering, you are handicapped, your weaknesses, anything you might have, but still you are complete. What we feel is that we need something else in our life. We need a person in our life, we need a thing in our life, a possession in our life, to make us complete. I need a cell phone to make me complete, I need a TV to make me complete, I need a job to make me complete. No, 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 you are already complete in yourself. So that is what you have to understand. So when you are complete, you don't need anything. You are full, you don't need anything. So there's something called satisfaction or satiation that surrounds you. So understand that, for example, you take a person who is living in a very poor family, who's born and brought up in a poor family. He doesn't have all the amenities that you have, but he's still happy, but you're not happy. Why? You have the money, you have everything, but still he is happy because he understands that he is complete and is satiated by whatever he has. So some people aspire for a lot of things. I want to achieve a Nobel Prize or maybe Padma Shri or maybe some award. That doesn't make you complete. What makes you complete is your mind. If you are satiated, if you're sitting here and reading book or doing some general regular activity, and if you feel that you have learned something, you have experienced something good, you have done something positive, that itself makes you complete. You don't need anything else, right? So similarly, uh, so when I talk about Upanishads, so Upanishads generally talk about how the Atma and Paramatma can be unified. Yoga. So generally, we start as a bhogi, and then we become a rogi, and finally yogi. So that is our journey in life. So when we go through trials and tribulations and adversities and sufferings, that's when we understand the true value of life, right? So this is about Upanishads. So in Upanishads, generally the shlokas end with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. There are three Shantis. What's the meaning of Shanti? Shanti means peace. So the first Shanti represents inner peace. So intrapersonal peace. The second Shanti represents interpersonal peace, or peace in the society. The third Shanti represents world peace. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. So everybody should be happy. Why? If the world is happy, then I can be happy, right? Because I'm residing in the world. I'm residing in the same world. If my surroundings are not clean, but the foul smell, though it is not in my house, though the garbage is not in my house, if the garbage is around my house, even if it is outside my house, the foul smell comes to my house, and then I have to bear it, right? So everything has to be clean. It's not just my home, not just my street, not just my city, not just my state, not just my country, not just my continent. It's the entire world that has to be clean, hygienic, happy. That's when I can be happy, right? So and then we'll talk about itihasas now. So for example, we have Ramayana. So I'll take a different perspective of Ramayana. I'll talk about inner Ramayana, the Ramayana that is happening in our mind. So where was Prince Rama born? He's born in Ayodhya. What is the meaning of Ayodhya? Ayodhya is a place where there is no conflict. So that is where, if your mind is a place where there is no conflict, then in you is born an awareness, a consciousness called Rama. And your mind, it represents Sita, and that mind is kidnapped by Dashanan, a 10-headed demon called Ravanasura. So those? What do those 10 heads represent? They represent fear. They represent anger. They represent jealousy. They represent greed. They represent ego. They represent desire. They represent pride. They represent comparison. They represent anxiety, and finally attachment. So these negative qualities kidnap your mind, and now your consciousness misses your awareness is missing its mind, missing his mind. Missing Rama is missing Sita. So now he goes on an inner journey so that he finds Sita and gets her back, and then the coronation happens, and then your mind again becomes Ayodhya. Your awareness again comes back to Ayodhya, where there is no conflict or inner peace. So Rama, he accepted, when he went to exile, or when he was not made king, he accepted his fate. He was not in denial. Generally, our inner peace is generally disturbed when we are in denial. Okay, no, this didn't happen, this didn't happen, that didn't happen. No. When you deny something, when you deny the truth, and when you're not accepting what is happening in your life, that's when when your inner peace is disturbed actually. So accept and stop denying the reality. That's what makes you happy. Okay, there's one person who left your life, but you have these thoughts that she or he will come back and your life will again prosper. No, 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 no. You can't. That is actually denial of truth. That will make you more depressed, more melancholic. So, Rama, what he does, your awareness, what it does is, then it takes a deep breath, it does pranayama. So, when we meditate on our breath sometimes. The breath represents Vayuputra or Hanuman. So, when you take a deep breath, you get all the positive thoughts and you go in search. Hanuman goes in search for Sita. Similarly, your awareness through the breath pranayama, it goes, and because your mind relaxes, it tries to find Sita. And when it tries to find your mind, that's how that is actually represented by Hanuman, who is also called Vayuputra. Vayuputra means your breath. And then Rama, along with Hanuman and all the Vanar Sena, finally they defeat these negative qualities by understanding that these your mind becomes free from these negative qualities when your awareness, when your consciousness, when your chaitanya, along with satya and along with meditation and deep breath, when your mind is activated, when you understand what the truth is and how your mind is polluted by these negative qualities, that's when your consciousness defeats Ravana, or the negative qualities in your mind that are surrounding your mind and affecting your inner peace or mental peace. That's how you can understand uh, Ramayana. So this is what I called as inner Ramayana. So Rama, he stood by the principle. So he followed dharma, righteousness, and he stood by it. So when you follow dharma, so automatically things, when you manifest something with pure heart, with peaceful heart, with peaceful thoughts, with positive thoughts, definitely you will attract whatever you want from the universe. The universe will make it happen. That's what happened with Lord Rama, right? So that's how we can understand Ramayana. I call it inner Ramayana and also inner Mahabharata. So Kurukshetra here represents our mind. So the two groups are there, two factions are there. They're fighting amongst each other. What are those two groups and factions? One are Kauravas, the other one are Pandavas. So Kauravas represent negative qualities, Pandavas represent positive qualities. So when they both are fighting, negative qualities are more in number, positive qualities are less in number, but still they are supported by your awareness and consciousness called Krishna. So Krishna stood for Dharma, right? So they're supported by awareness. That's why they are strong now. And we know that Kauravas and Pandavas are brothers or cousins. Similarly, because negative thoughts and positive thoughts come from the mind itself, come from your intellect itself, so they both are brothers or cousins and they fight amongst each other. And finally, when good qualities win over bad qualities and annihilate them, that's when your intellect starts working and you get thoughts of wisdom. So, in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 70, Lord Krishna says to Arjuna that the person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires can alone achieve peace, and not the person who strives to satisfy the desires. So, what's the meaning of that? So, you get a lot of desires, but if you're not affected by those desires, and if you only focus on desires that help you in your regular activities, then that person can alone achieve peace and happiness. But if you strive to satisfy all the desires that you have, okay, I want to eat this burger, I want to eat this pizza, I want to buy this cell phone, I want to buy this laptop, I want to buy this gaming something, or I want to buy this, I want to buy that, I want to go to this party, I want to go to this place. No, if you want to satisfy all your desires, you will ruin your mental peace, I'm telling you. You will ruin your life, you'll ruin your money, you'll ruin your health. If you're eating garbage and junk, what will it do? It will ruin your health. That's what we are missing. So don't go after all the desires that your mind is trying to pop up, because these are all asuras. They are trying to limit you. So that when you understand this concept, that your desires are trying to limit you and hamper your inner peace, then you won't try to satisfy them or work on them. Only you focus on the desires that are important for your development, the real development, the real progress. So this is what Bhagavad Gita said. When I talk about Mudgal Puran, it is an Upapuran actually. Similarly, Gita is also Gita Upanishad. We say it's also a part of. It's also an Upanishad with 700 slokas, completely focusing on your mind and how to make it happy. So it uses imagery and all different other things, but at the end of the day, it is you yourself. From dog, you become God. From these animal instincts, you slowly turn yourself into God, and you try to embody all the divine qualities. You embody divinity through bhakti yoga, through karma yoga, through jnana yoga, through all these yogas. Finally you yourself become divine. You use your full potential. When you use your full potential, when will you use your full potential? When you understand that you are divine. And when will it happen? When you are satisfied by whatever you have, and when you understand what qualities or what thoughts are important and what thoughts are not important, what thoughts give you, what qualities give you happiness, the real happiness, not these material happiness. I'm talking about permanent happiness, not temporary happiness. No, you, for example, I eat a piece of pizza, a slice of pizza. The happiness that I get will be temporary. It's not permanent, because at the end what happens is that pizza will definitely affect my gut. So there are certain things that give you permanent happiness, and you need to focus on that. And you need to, because we have this one life, you need to create an impact such that people will remember you forever. You will be written in the hearts of people forever. For example, we have Abdul Kalam. So Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he is physically no longer there, but still he is in our hearts. So, like that, you need to create such an impact that you start this journey from death and become immortal. And we are surrounded by these fake news, false news, etc. So there's a lot of untruth, this propagandas and all. So from this untruth, we should start this journey towards truth. So similarly, we are all in darkness. So in this darkness, let us understand, or let us become light. For example, if during Amavasya, during no moon day, everything is very dark, and when you have a lantern or a torchlight, you become that light giver, right? A small light also, it makes a lot of difference. Let us become that light that makes difference in the lives of people. So that's what I want to add here. So when we talk about life of Lord Narasimha, so as you know, Hiranyakashipu is an asura with all the demonic qualities. So he's torturing his son, who is who is a realized being, an enlightened being. He's torturing his son physically, and he has this boon that he cannot be killed either in the home or outside the home, or in the palace or outside the palace. Neither he cannot be killed during day, he cannot be killed during night, he cannot be killed by weapons which are living and non-living, he cannot be killed by a man, he cannot be killed by an animal, he cannot be killed by gods. So he gets all these boons, all these vardhans, right? And when he gets all these vardhans, he understands that he understood that he became invincible. Similarly, we have lots of negative qualities in our mind. They, we think that they are invincible and they're very difficult to get rid of. For example, our addictions. Now you might be addicted to an energy drink, maybe a cigarette, maybe alcohol, or maybe social media. Your phone is also an addiction, right? So you we think that we cannot come out of this addiction, but like, because we believe that the addiction has become, or the negative quality has become invincible. But Lord Narasimha, the Chaitanya, the inner awareness, the inner consciousness, he found a way. He took Narasimha, Lord Narasimha grabbed Hiranyakashipu and he took him to the entrance of the palace. So entrance of the palace is neither inside the palace nor outside the palace. Similarly, so he took him during twilight. It's neither day nor night. And then to kill him, he used his nails. The nails are neither living nor non living. And he came in the form of half lion, half human. So he is neither animal nor human nor God. And then he ripped open Hiranyakashipu and killed him. So when you are enlightened, nothing can affect your awareness. Like Lord Narasimha, Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, they come and they find a way, they find a solution to get rid of this negative quality. And it's very important that especially during COVID, we have understood that living in solitude is also important. A solitary reaper, it's a beautiful poem, right? So the solitary reaper. So similarly, when you're in solitude, you try to talk to yourself. When you talk to yourself, you become your own best friend. When you don't even have, when you talk to yourself and when you understand yourself truly, when you reflect upon your life and you reflect upon your happenings, your daily happenings, your experiences, that's when you become your best friend. You can do it before a mirror or just you talk to yourself. A positive self talk definitely will enrich you, will help you. When you become your best friend and when you're happy in your own company, that's when you can create a positive impact in the society. That's when you can have another other friends in the society, other colleagues in the society. But first, you should become your friend. So for that, you need to isolate yourself. That's why monks isolate themselves in hilly areas, in forests and all. They go and they meditate and they enjoy their company. For example, if you're filled with emotions, you can do something called writing. You can write a journal. You can write a poetry. Because when you're filled with emotions like anger or sadness, that's when you're at best creatively. You can write the best creative pieces. That's what happened with J.K. Rowling. She created a beautiful fantasy fictional world called Harry Potter. We're all attracted, that's that what when does it happen? It happens only when you're alone. You should love your company, should talk to yourself. Positive self-talk, lot of different things. Maybe you can stand before a mirror, even before presentations. If you present before a mirror, or talk to yourself, or definitely you can talk to your friends, you can talk to your siblings, your colleagues, your spouse, your relatives, etc. You can talk to different people, but first, intrapersonal communication is most important. That's what Indian knowledge systems always say. But during COVID time, during lockdown, we were so depressed because we were we were like birds in the cage. We couldn't come out of the house. We didn't have any work. We just got addicted to all this social media because we couldn't do anything. We thought, I'm alone. We got depressed. But the thing is, we actually were conditioned in such a way that we feel that being alone is a negative thing. But being alone is a positive thing. You will get your me time. Many people are suffering because they're not getting their me time. So our society conditioned us in such a way that you are social animals, you need other people. No, 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 no. You can be happy with you. You can actually do something more creative when you spend time with yourself, right? So with this, I come to the end of Hindu scriptures. Now I want to focus on Buddhism. So Buddhism, as you know, it is completely mind. How to control your mind. For example, you have Lord Suryanarayana Murthy. He's sitting on a chariot. The chariot is pulled by 7 horses. These 7 horses represent 5 sense organs, your mind, and Panchabhutas, body. So, if the charioteer is in control of all this, then you have won in life. That's the real win. That's the real success. That's the real achievement. That's the real award, not these materialistic awards, right? So, in Buddhism, there are Sattabhojangas, so Sattabhojangas, they talk about different aspects. I want to focus on one aspect called Upekha. Upekha Sambhojango, Kobante Bhagavata, Samma Dakkato, Bhavito, Bahulikato, Abhignaya Sambodhaya, Nibbanaya Sambadati. So, what is Upekha? Upekha means equanimity, means Sthita Pragya or Achala. So, let heart be calm when the world is not calm. The world is changing. Your pain changes. Today you have pain, tomorrow you won't have pain. Today you like something, tomorrow you might like something else. So your pain changes, your pleasure changes, people change, situations change, even the cells in your body are changing. So don't cling to anything because everything changes. Be dynamic, don't be static. So let your heart be calm. The world won't be calm, but if your heart is calm, you perceive the world to be calm. That's when your inner peace is restored, is retrieved. So, and there are certain sayings by Lord Buddha. They're called Dhammapada. So there are many sayings, more than 400 verses. The best sayings of Lord Buddha, they focus completely on our mind. So the first thing is, generally in Buddhism, we talk about mindfulness. Mindfulness means staying in the present moment, living in the present moment. For example, if you are attending a lecture, you focus on the lecture. You don't think about what happened in your past. For example, if you think about what happened in your past, you are filled with sadness, depression, all the negative thoughts will come, guilt, all these things. But if you focus on future, you're filled with anxiety, apprehension, stress, etc. But if you're living in the present moment, if you're savoring the present moment, present means gift. I give you a present, I give you a gift. So being in the present moment is like getting a gift. So the present, living in the present, being in the present is the best thing that you can do to yourself to maintain your inner peace. So be mindful of what you're doing. That's when you are happy. So even if you fail, even if don't didn't get what you wanted, but still you've got that experience, and that experience is what matters. That's what I call experiential learning or emotional education. Emotional education is something, you emotionally connect with the subject and try to understand it practically in your life, try to inculcate practically in your life so that it becomes part of you. When it becomes part of you, you try to enjoy it. For example, why people don't enjoy their classes. They get bored in the classroom, but they enjoy the movie because they're getting something called edutainment, education plus entertainment, information plus entertainment, and they're emotionally connected. So we crave for entertainment, and that you can actually get it from education system also if you are mindful. That's when you can be happy, and that's when you can truly grasp the subject. So similarly, you need to give up all the wrong qualities, cultivate good, and purify your mind. It's like baptism, you are purified now, or you just remove all the negatives from your mind, all the all the bad past experiences, all the negatives that have accumulated in your subconscious mind, which are actually stopping you, which are making you fear things. You can actually condition them and remove them. You can give up them. You can cultivate good. By cultivating good and conditioning yourself with good and positivity and fearlessness, that's when you can purify your mind and clean the negative things that have accumulated in your subconscious mind. And if your subconscious mind is filled with positive thoughts, then all the false evidences that are appearing real will be gone. So you will generally, we have this tendency of forget everything and run, but now you will face everything and rise. So, but not taking risks. And there is no happiness greater than peace. This is another verse from Dhammapada. So the best happiness is inner peace. So patience is the highest spiritual practice. Patience and perseverance, as Shirdi Sai Baba said, Sashraddha Saburi. So patience, perseverance, and dedication. So nowadays, youngsters want instant gratifications. You did something and you want immediate results. That won't happen. You have to wait. Now, if you are unable to wait, if you are unable to be patient, you will lose a lot. So patience and perseverance are very, very important, and they're key to spirituality. So when you are patient and when you don't expect results immediately, that's when your mind can be happy. Otherwise, it will only focus on the results. It will only focus on the fruits, and then you will be depressed. And similarly, blessings arise from peaceful thoughts. If your thoughts are peaceful, then all the divine blessings will be yours. So, if your thoughts are peaceful, then the divinity will dwell in you. The Holy Spirit will dwell in you. The Paramatma will dwell in you. So you yourself will become from Jivatma to Paramatma. You will understand that everything is in you. Everything is you. Wahdat al Wujud, unity of being. So you will understand that. And when you understand that I am that, then you are a superhero. You need not fly to become a superhero. You just need to be calm and happy and peaceful to be a superhero. Nowadays, that's what is lacking. A person who is calm, happy, and peaceful, he or she becomes a superhero, right? So you don't need to fly, or you don't need magical powers. You don't need a wand. You don't need to become a witch and all, or a wizard. You can, just be filled with Sachidananda and become a superhero. When you understand that you alone are there, it's not just this body, but everything around you is you alone. Then you start caring for everyone. You start showing compassion, you start showing love, you start to serve people, and then you get the joy from serving people. You help people, you help street dogs, you help, for example, birds, you feed crows, you feed cows, you feed goats, you feed ants. No, you will become very sensitive and romantic. Actually, romantic is not in the sense that you generally think. Romantic is a person who enjoys nature. When you start enjoying everything that is around you, that is when you understand that it is you. That is you. I am that. I am confident. I am strong. I can achieve anything. I have no fear. I learn from things. So these are the positive affirmations that you can do. You have something called Yod He Vav He, Yahweh or Yehovah or Jehovah. So what is yod he vav hai? I am that I am. I am that I am confident. Yes, I am. So that's how you need to motivate yourself, and then you can transform yourself into the best version, that is becoming God. God. Thank you so much.